Yeah, boy, the man, NJ2TheCity with the number 2 NTO. Let's go. So yeah, as I'm watching on ESPN, actually not even ESPN Plus. Sorry, it's actually just regular ESPN. I'm watching the Utah State at Kent State Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. It's tied right now. It's either tied because both teams are really doing really well, or tied because both defenses stink, or both offenses are just really good. I don't know, or they're just really evenly matched. I mean, one plays in the MAC, one plays in the Mountain West. So you do the math. Not to fully diminish those conferences, but what do they do? What do both those conferences do good at versus what are they awful and terrible at? At least the way I put it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I don't know. But yeah. So one of the top reasons why a lot of schools, ladies and gentlemen, are failing in 2019 and probably gonna fail even worse in 2020 is because if you don't care about student happiness, kids are always going to feel like prisoners at your school. They're always going to feel like they're not listened to at your school. They're always going to feel a lot of things. And that's literally, and I've, again, seen some interviews with teachers talking about, why they deserve to get paid more and, and so on and so on. Because one of the top teachers around from Duval said, somebody said, was because as a teacher, you're not just dealing with the academics. At times you're dealing with a child's emotional health, their mental health, their even at times physical health or whatever. You're dealing with a lot of things, depression, anxiety, and a few other things. I really can't name them all, but those are a few that I can name. You're not just dealing with the academics. If you're just dealing with the academics, then you probably could, do and I mean, if you're doing, actually, I don't even know how to finish that, other than to say that you're dealing with more than just academics when it comes to why they should be paid more. And it makes all the sense in the world. Teachers, you definitely should be paid God first more. You do a lot of God first, good, godly work, whether you're in public or private school. But also, I can say a lot of teachers are horrible. And how do I know that? Because if you read the reviews, if you actually have been in these schools and talked to these kids, and I'm not even going to say read the test scores because sometimes those could lie. I'm going to also say if you actually, yeah, been around again and asked those grassroots questions and got those grassroots results, you would understand why some of these teachers are horrible. I mean, I've read so many reviews, literally so many reviews, where it said the teachers don't teach, they don't care about you, and so many other things that I'm absolutely dumbfounded. And as much as I would love to believe that majority of the reviews are lying, guys, all these reviews say practically the same thing, just different wording, if not the same wording. And they're not just from one county, they're from several different counties in several different states. You're not going to tell me that all these kids saying the same thing the way they're saying it are lying to me. You're not going to tell me that. No, you're not going to tell me that all these kids are just putting negative, bad reviews out there about their school just to discourage people from going. No. Especially when so many people are literally saying some of the same key things. No, they're telling you this because they're literally saying this school doesn't care about us. This school only thinks about us as statistics. All they care about is test scores. And guess what? For every school that is run like that, which is my biggest fear with St. Johns County School District, is that we're run like that. And I love St. Johns County School District. I graduated from St. Johns County School District. I graduated from Allen Dini's High School. But with that being said, kind of lost my train of thought. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's a part of what I'm saying there. That's my biggest fear, definitely about my alma mater, Nice. That's my biggest fear about my alma mater, Nice, right now, is that we are being run right now since I graduated, and even when I was there to an extent, class of 17, midway, by the way, midway. My biggest fear is that that's how Nice is being run right now, and definitely in the future, we're being run to where we only care about statistics. We don't care about student happiness. We don't care about, I want to say human health. We don't care about a lot of grassroots things that make up a number one school from the grassroots perspectives. We only care about what looks good on paper. And that is, I can assure you, what I am horrified, I am disgusted about, and that is not the Nice that I represent in terms of, pushing that type of crap. Nice is family, Nice is home, and a lot of people watching this in the future who will go to Nice will be like, Yeah, I'm your ambassador, okay? I went there, graduated part of class of 18. You do or do not know me if class of 2021 was the last class I went to school with. So other than that, if you know me, you probably know me through a friend or you know me through Valley Ridge because I've gone to Valley Ridge multiple times to support and cheer them on over the last 2 years. But with that being said, yeah, I'm disgusted, ladies and gentlemen. I'm disgusted. I'm disturbed. I want to throw up half the time knowing these things. My biggest fear about Nice right now is that's how Nice is being ran. Is where they only care about statistics and what looks good on paper. Guess what? That is not the Nice that I know. That's not the Nice that I advocate for. The Nice I advocate for is the Nice that I went to school with. Nice's home, Nice's family, Nice's legacy, Nice's pride, Nice's impact, Nice's change, Nice's home, hope. You name it. I can probably go on and on with a it's pretty much every positive word you can name. Just attach it to the end of Nice is, and that's what I believe Nice is. But definitely the core of that is Nice's home, Nice's family. That is what I believe in, and I can assure you, if you talk to a few of the students out there within the last 2 years, they will tell you Nice is no longer any of those things of which I went to school preaching. Because again, how do you think I became so famous around there? Preaching that exact thing. Niece is home, niece is family, aka niece loves you. Those are things that I preach. Niece is family, niece is home, niece loves you. Those are things that I preached when I was there. And I can assure you that if you literally talk to a lot of kids that graduated definitely with the class of 19 and, so on, class of 2020, well, 19 and above, if not 18 and a half, depends. Because again, 18 was the year that I graduated, so it all depends. But that's the point. If you talk to some of these people, some of these kids, they would tell you, Nice is no longer anything of which I preached when I was there, and I still preach to this day. And I'm not happy about that. Trust me, I'm absolutely disturbed. I'm horrified because the future, again, I want anybody and everybody to understand. Whoever watches this video in the future, I want you to God first understand. No matter how much Nice grows in size, with new technology and new whatever the case is, new technology, new buildings, new whatever. No matter how much Nice grows with that, all that doesn't mean a darn thing. If Nice is not living up to family, Nice is not living up to home, Nice is not living up to happiness. Character counts, by the way, and so much more. If we don't live up to those things, guys, then Nice isn't, then it doesn't matter where our ranking goes. It doesn't matter because in that case, we're absolutely frauds. And what that means is I want every parent that watches this video in the future, who is considering bringing their child to Nice, I would say, yes, bring your child to Nice. At least give us one good semester, if not one good year. Please come to Nice. As your proud and honorable ambassador, I'm asking you, probably because they're telling you, go to Nice. You have my reference, go to Nice. But I can assure you, know what you're stepping into if you go to Nice. Because I'm not there right now. I'm trying to get back as a guidance counselor in the next 2-3 years. Because Nice is only going to survive in the long term with me in it. Because trust me, if I can assure you, if I'm not in it in the long run, I have no clue where Nice is going to be 5 years from now. And I might just stop repping it the way I've been repping it for years in the long run if Nice does not clean its act up. I am not even playing with you on that. I will, because I'm telling you, I want everybody in the county to understand. I could be St. Johns County School District's best friend, or I can be its worst nightmare. Which one do you want? And if you want to know what that means by worst nightmare, like that means I can absolutely, I can turn my positivity into absolutely, you guys are frauds, and and I'm gonna sue you, and I'm gonna expose you to everybody I know, and so on and so on and so on. Pretty much give you a bunch of bad publicity. Okay, fly. But Nice, or to an extent, we're doing that our own selves. If you if you look at the grassroots work, we're already giving ourselves bad names. If you look at the grassroots work, we're already giving ourselves bad names. It just depends on how more outwardly it's gonna get. But I can assure you that Nice and St. Johns County has the opportunity to be so grassroots, they don't understand. And that's one of the top problems that I don't understand. I really, really wish Nice and St. Johns County School District would understand. You have the opportunity as the #1 county or #1 school district in our state. You have the opportunity to be so grassroots with your impact, your influence, and your legacy, upon the rest of the state and other states. You have the opportunity and you're wasting it because all you care about is statistics. And that's the number one problem. If you're not caring, because again, it's one thing to just invest in counseling and say, hey, we fixed the problem, versus are you trying to intervene in some of those counseling sessions and hear what your student is saying is bothering them and troubling them, and trying to hands-on help this child get the help they need. Now, obviously, you're letting the counselor do his or her job, towards, listening first, I guess, or whatever the word is. But you're also in there like as an assistant to an extent, trying to, again, get step by step into that child's personal life of what you can do to, point them to this extra counseling direction, or this extra, whatever type of direction that it needs, so they can do better physically, spiritually, and mentally and emotionally. And the reason why I say these things, ladies and gentlemen, is because, again, these are the recipes for godly success in any school, any county, any district, any state. I'm telling you, I've read both reviews, private and public, and a lot of both are absolutely trash. They're absolutely trash. I am so amazed how trash both institutions have become, and or have been for like the last couple decades, if not longer. If you do not learn how to literally care about the human being, you will never succeed at running a school, as far as I'm concerned. And that's why I think to myself, what does it take to get a Principal of the Year award? Literally, what does it take? Having everybody hate you? And I mean, of your actual students, have all your students and the teachers hate you? Is that what it takes to get a Principal of the Year award? Have all of them say you stink and you don't know what you're doing? I mean, that's kind of what brings in the conversation of, again, grassroots versus high class roaring elite. Are you in touch with reality, or do you just live in your own bubble? That's literally, when you put all the pieces of the puzzle. That's how and I really do feel like a lot of our schools, they're run like they're run politically. They're run like political governments to an extent. And what that means is, once again, the principal, most definitely the principal, is like in a lot of these schools, they're like the high class roaring elite in the political offices. They don't care who you are, what you think, your personal life. They don't care. All they care about is flipping numbers to get continuously reelected over and over and over again. They don't care whether they're falsified or not. And I think a lot of our numbers in St. Louis County School District might just be falsified, and that might be the reason why we are number one. I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying this is the ambassador because, again, I'm not going to just prop up Neeson Valley Ridge and say we're just trust me, I already have, but I mean, to get more grassroots into it, trust me, we have a lot of issues that we need to address in the future. We want to expand our potential, live up to more of our potential, and that's all I'm trying to express in this video. We have so many things we have got to advance on if we really want to help more people. But I don't think I think, like I just said, when it comes to the political system within governments, I think our schools are run like political governments. The principals don't care. The administration as a whole doesn't care about student happiness and a few other things I've named before. They don't care. All they care about is what's going to make them more money. And if falsifying those stats make them more money, so be it. And that's the problem, because it's like saying what they believe in. Stick a kid in a new classroom with a new computer and say, be happy. And if the kid has any complaints, they're like, ugh, why can't you just be happy? Or whatever. And money don't buy happiness in certain cases, if not a lot of cases. And it's like saying these people, these administrations, they don't get that. They don't get that money don't buy happiness in certain cases. They don't get that. They think that money does, in all cases, buy happiness. It doesn't. For the love of that dollar is the root to all evil. Just saying, it's quite amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite amazing how many different ways I can break this down to you, but I definitely have thought to myself over the last couple months, I think our schools are being run like political governments, and that's why a lot of people absolutely cannot stand our schools, at least from the inside out, can't stand it. But that's why from the outside in, all they're looking at is the numbers. That's why they want to be a part of us. Because that's really what it is. From the outside in, you want to be a part of us because of our number one ranking. But then once you get in, a week, 2 year, I don't know, and you see how disgusting and foul we can be at times, you're like, see, you're probably going back where you came from or going to whatever else county, I don't know. I probably don't know how many different ways I can explain this, but again, your boy, the man, NJ to the City. Thank you for giving me the share some of this light and give you some humor on it. God bless.